ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob with Deluks Gaming, and I would like to welcome everybody to a brand new series for the channel. This is, of course, the long-awaited Space Pirates and Zombies 2 Episode 1, and this is probably going to be a very long series. I don't even know. I guess we could probably fail. I think we are going to be playing as Sandbox this time. Actually, before we even talk about that, I would also like to mention that we did do a first impressions video of Space Pirates and Zombies 2. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. You do not need to see the first impressions video, but it does give you a little bit of insight as to what this game is, in case you're wondering. If you're brand new to it and you're like, you're not even sure what it is, go check out the first impressions video. I'll even put a link in the description below, as well as maybe even throw up a little annotation that you can click on. Yeah, but for those of you that don't care about the first impressions, that just want to get into the game, stay here because we are going to have a really awesome time with this game. I've already been having a really awesome time with this game, but now I finally get a chance just to share a little bit more, and we're going to be playing this game hardcore, guys. I'm going to be doing some batch recording. When I sit down to play this, I'm going to be recording, possibly 3, 4, 5 episodes, and I'm going to be posting them pretty seriously on the channel over the next week or so, because I gotta play this, and I want to play it hardcore, and I want to play it on YouTube. I could just sit down and just play this by myself, but it's so much better to play on YouTube. So we're gonna be doing things a little bit different than I would do normally. We're not gonna be playing the campaign. What? We're not gonna do the campaign? Absolutely not. We're gonna be playing in Sandbox mode. This is maybe recommended more for people that have been playing the game a little bit longer and sort of know all the ins and outs of the game, but I think I've learned enough over the last few days to maybe get the gist of it and try this out. Now, we could totally fail, and that's okay, because I like losing just as much as I like winning. Yeah, for those of you that follow my channel, you know that I like losing just as much. I mean, I play a lot of colony sims and stuff where, if you die, I mean, that's half the fun is dying. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't think we're gonna do that badly, actually. I think I know enough about the game to actually do okay. So we're gonna play a Sandbox game, and basically you get the option to choose a whole bunch of things at the beginning of the game to kind of set your parameters for the game, and then you go in and then you're just free to do whatever you want. And you can kind of do that with the campaign as well, but you just have that extra level of freedom with the Sandbox, and it just doesn't give you as many tips and all that kind of stuff as you go along. So, and like I said, I don't think I need those at this point. I think I'm ready to just play. Look at some of this, that's a new wing. I don't think I've ever seen that particular wing before. That is a zombie ship, by the way. Very, very cool. All right, so let's just take a look at the options that are available to us. We're going to be playing absolute vanilla today. We're not going to be messing with any of these sliders. I want to see what it's like to play, absolute vanilla in the game. You got to play vanilla before you can start, messing with things. So faction size. So when you start the game, I think there are 4 or 5 factions, and they all start with they already have an established territory with ships and of course, people within every single faction, and a large amount of them too. So you can decide how tough they're going to be in general, and how big they're going to be right at the beginning. Now, this will affect the difficulty of the game in the long term, because the goal in the game, I believe, will be to destroy the zombies. Now, we are given 30 minutes of game time before zombies start to appear on the map. And actually, they do start to appear even before that in the form of infected asteroids and zombie ambush goodness. Yes, so the factions, of course, are the first line of battle. They will fight the zombies as much as they possibly can. Now, I don't know, maybe there's also a possibility that they can, because I know zombies can take over ships by infecting them, right? So maybe if they're really, really strong, maybe it actually gives the zombies an advantage, because they'll be able to take over those really fancy, awesome ships in the late game. I don't know, but we're gonna leave this as default right now. Bandit population, I mean, there's bandits, and of course, you can either fight them or not. I mean, or you can run away from them or whatever. But I haven't seen too many tough bandits. Most of the bandits I've seen in the game, at least as far as I've played, start at about threat level 5, or threat level 6. And you start the game as threat level 5. So I don't think bandits are as much of a threat. I mean, I don't know, whatever. Bandit strength, maybe we can set this and they're a little bit tougher. I don't know. Perks per level. So I think this is how many choices of perk, how many choices you get every time you move up in a level. You're given 3 choices in this particular scenario. You choose between armor, shields, and scavenging. It just depends. I don't know if it depends on what you're doing or if it's completely random. I don't know, but you can slide this up and actually make it so you get to choose between, or maybe you get more oh, weird. All perks per level? Or yeah, so yeah, there's probably 5 or 6 different perks, probably 6 different perks that can appear on that list, but you only have access to 3 at a time. That's what I'm thinking that probably is. Zombie timer. After 30 minutes of gameplay, the zombies start to appear on the map in force, and it is, of course, our job to maybe solve that problem. We could theoretically join them by just flying near one of their ships and having them infect us, and then it's game over. But I think for the most part, we're going to want to have to fight them. And then, of course, we have infected asteroids and zombie ambushes. These are random events that can occur during any combat battle. So it can be, you could be going in to fight a pirate, and all of a sudden, there's a zombie asteroid, and it's you know, hatching these little zombies, and you got to fight them. So interesting. And there's a 20% chance of that. So whatever. And then the speed at which we level up, whatever. I'm gonna leave that as normal, but we can make it faster or slower, and we can also make it so that bad guys don't attack us until we at least reach level 6. So, or at least level 5. So yeah, so as it says here, you will never be attacked if you're below this level. So if we're below level 5, so up to level 4, nobody's gonna go out of their way to attack us. We can still attack other people, but nobody can attack us. It's kind of that, it's kind of that grace period. So there's a lot of grace periods here. So you've got until level 4 before, or level 5 before people start attacking you, and you don't have zombies until, you know, 30 minutes. We can adjust the slider too. So I guess it would be easier if you had more time to prepare, but we only have 30 minutes. 30 minutes of actual game time. That means when we are moving, the universe is moving, and that means 30 minutes of that time. So it's pretty exciting. I'm super stoked, and I think we're ready to go. So because there is no intro when you do the Sandbox, which I think they should just include the intro to the Sandbox too as well. Why not? Just throw the intro in there. I'm actually going to do a cut here, and I'm going to forcibly put the intro here, just for those people that did not watch the first impressions video that I made, or any other videos that includes an intro, because I think the intro is still relevant to the Sandbox game. So I'm gonna put that here, and then I will meet you on the other side. I'm stoked.
Element 126, resin, res. It was the answer to everything. A transmutable element with the power to unlock the secrets of the universe. It gifted humanity everything there was to know about space-time, and how to enslave it. Res triggered an explosion of technological advancement. Mankind spread to the far reaches of the galaxy, growing exponentially in numbers, along with the reliance on res. The United Terran Alliance was founded to control the countless population. Eventually they sought to ration the use of res. As res supplies thinned, conflict arose. An epidemic of fortune-seeking miners forced their way to the galactic core, where resin was most abundant. Eventually the primary res source was discovered. All res stemmed from a sinister and timeless energy being. A being awakened by the use of res. They had sprung an ancient and recursive trap, res being the bait no budding civilization could possibly ignore. Corruption spilled outward into the stars, twisting the biological matrix of all it touched, integrating it into machines. Mankind's own technology, their own dead, had begun to turn against them. For years they struggled to survive against a flood of abominated metal and flesh. Billions were lost to the infection, only further feeding the expanding corruption. In spite of hopeless obliteration, the very fabric of life itself arose to fight the dark entity. As a race, humanity came together for a single purpose. In some twisted way, they had found peace. Peace, however, does not last. People fell back into their self-minded ways. Humanity turned inward in a scramble for the remaining res, which now could no longer be renewed. As the UTA lost its control over the galaxy, they collapsed the entire warp gate network, beyond any hope of salvage. Human ingenuity, it turns out, knows no captivity. Out of need, a resin-based drive was developed, allowing more direct travel anywhere in the galaxy. The void was reborn as the wild, untapped, and lawless frontier. As years pass, piracy and skirmish battles rage, precious res the prize. Raw worlds are recklessly colonized and disputed by legions of makeshift starships. An entire ecology of nomadic drifters emerged, endlessly recycling the wrecks of constant war. All the while, the nearly forgotten saviors of the galaxy tirelessly struggled to exterminate the last remnants of the infection.
Okay, folks, Captain's Log. Deluxe, ready for action. We've arrived in the universe. The universe is fairly big, and it's not super huge, but it's big enough. And notice here, we have the clock. 30 minutes time before before we'll start to see zombies start to appear. Now, like I said before, zombies can also just come and invade your battles. Like, you can have zombies just show up and infest asteroids and stuff, and you'll have to fight them even before the zombies have officially arrived. But we have 30 minutes to try and build ourselves up and maybe get part of a faction, or even join or make our own faction and try and be strong enough to be able to defend ourselves from the zombies and maybe even other factions. So let's just go over the basic interface here. So we've got res. Res is the universal fuel used to not only fuel our ship, but feed our goons. Goons are our crew. Crew are used to repair the ship as well as keep the ship running in top-notch condition. They do eat res. So if you have more, so right now it's saying that we have 60 out of 60 goons. That means we have the perfect amount of goons to run our ship the most efficiently. If we have more than that, it'll still run perfectly efficient, just as efficiently. However, they will eat more res. Res is kind of, I mean, it sounds like you should really be careful about that, but it's really, there's enough res in the universe. You get res doing almost everything in the game, so it's not really a big deal. But anyway, you still need crew to repair your ships and stuff. So, and then we've got scrap, which is kind of our universal trading material. We've got the number of cores our ship currently has. This is our ship. Isn't it glorious? It looks like a big pile of junk right now. And in a lot of ways, that's exactly what it is. Ships are made up of cone pieces and wings and engines. Oops, engines and cores. So this is a core. Cores are used to connect other pieces. You can connect cores to the side or behind in any direction you want with other cores. Wings can only be connected, so a right wing has to be connected to the right side, left wing has to be connected to a right side or left side, etc., etc., etc. I know I'm covering a lot of stuff that we already covered during our first impressions, but I just, for those people that are here just ready to watch me play, that haven't seen any of that stuff, I mean, this is handy information. So also, each one of these different modules contains a variety of different weapons and or attributes, including possibly shields, ways to improve our power systems, and you'll notice all the symbols on the top right there that show some of those things, and we'll explain that more in detail as time goes on. The most important thing to note about our starting ship right now is that we have 3 machine guns, 1 on each one of these side cores, on either side, so 6 total. On our nose cone, we have lasers, and you'll notice, see the little green shield? I wish I could click on it and then move over here, but you notice right about here, it's going to show a green little shield symbol, then it's going to show a yellow hull symbol, and then a yellow armor symbol, and then the red little hull symbol. So that stands for shield, hull, shield, armor, and then hull. So in other words, lasers are really good at taking care of shields. Sort of okay at damaging armor, but terrible at damaging hull. But it still does damage to hull, but it's only 25% damage. And whereas our missiles do 25% damage to shields, 25% damage to armor, and 100% damage to hull. But we got to get through that nasty those nasty shields and armor first, right? And whereas our machine guns are a little bit are not so good at shields, but are really good at the hull, and not so bad at the pretty good at the armor and not so bad at the hull. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what we're starting with. It's a really imbalanced ship in a lot of ways. Because all of those weapons, also, you can also see the weapon ranges. So you can see over here, it's right over here when it comes up. So you notice, you see that 900? So that's the range of these missiles, range 900. I assume that would be kilometers. I assume 900 kilometers, whereas the machine guns are range 250 and the lasers are range 250. So the machine guns and the lasers work really well in tandem, whereas the missiles not so much. And besides that, so there's no point in shooting missiles at it. Well, I mean, there is a point in shooting missiles at a bad guy at 900 meters, but if their shields are still up, we're not going to be doing that very much damage. It'd almost be better to have a ship with shield damaging missiles. That way we can get them, get the missiles down before we get close. Okay, so you'll notice as we move, that's when time ticks down. We have 30 minutes of time game time before the zombies start to appear. So notice as we move, time ticks down. So we have to be as efficient as possible, and I'm not notoriously known for being super efficient. So this is going to be a challenge in itself. Down below that, we also see an XP meter showing our current experience level and our progress. So as we travel, as we do things, we get experience for everything, whether it be scavenging, whether it be communicating and trading with other people. We get experience for everything. We already got 10 experience for what? I don't know, for existing. And we have to gain 200 experience points to reach our first perk level. And if you click on your actual ship, you get to see your character herself. I guess this is my picture. I guess this is me. I guess that's me. I wonder if later on we're gonna have a choice of choosing a different portrait, but this is Deluks. I'm gorgeous. Look at those stunning deep blue eyes. I love it. So, and it shows our current inventory in here, but we can see that otherwise anywhere. And it also goes through a list of things I saw did in relation, our faction relation. This is really cool. So as you do things, it actually builds these lists. It's pretty cool. You can also see all the different perks that you've earned, and you get perks generally from earning levels. Maybe you get them from doing some other stuff too as well as any of your assets that you currently have. So all of that's there, as well as sort of that vector diagram of your ship, which is kind of cool. So flying all around us is other neutral captains. If they're white, they're neutral. If they're actually colored, either red, yellow, blue, or green, they'll be part of a faction. If they're just white like this, they're just neutral. And we can just hover over top of every single guy here and see what the kind of relationship we have with them. So you can see here, Hollow Daryl, he's actually very friendly. We have a 40 point relationship with him, which is really good. He's only level 2. He's a threat level 8. We are a threat level 5. And he's got a markup of 80%. Now this is important. We can trade with anybody flying in space. That's really key, and makes it so that, as you remember, I was saying with goons, for example, if we have more goons than our ship can hold, I mean, it's not they do eat extra resources. They eat some of that res, and notice time goes on as we ransack these areas. So these are like little farms. These are cloning farms where we can go and grab some people. So we've actually grabbed some people from this farm. We now have 110 out of 60, which means our ship's not as efficient as it was, but we can sell those goons to anybody. So you still want to collect the goons too as well. Is he actually fighting? He's fighting the pirates. Should we go help him? I don't know. What is that pirate level? The threat level of the bandit hive is 20. He's threat level 10. I'm not doing that. He's crazy. He's insane. So he's actually attacking a bandit base. So also there's these wreckages lying around. So sometimes the wreckages will be owned by somebody. I'm just going to skip through this dialogue because it's a waste of time. Sometimes these wreckages will be owned by somebody. So if you destroy a ship, personally destroy a ship, there will be a wreckage that you can go and you can scavenge. Now, if other people destroy a ship, there'll be a wreckage owned by them that you can steal from them, but that will affect your relationship with them. So like I said, as I harvest stuff and as I do stuff in this universe, of course, time ticks down. That ominous clock will sit there and, watch us and laugh. We're going to scavenge again. Sometimes you can scavenge more than once. So we're getting goons, we're getting res, and we're getting scrap. So there's 12 more goons in there, sure. Sometimes it's not worthwhile. If there's like one goon, don't bother. So this is a res farm, so it's called a res field, and we can just go and take the res. Sometimes these fields are owned by factions too as well, and if you steal stuff from a faction, of course, they won't like you. Actually, they get owned by individuals in a faction, so it's the individual within that faction that doesn't like you, which affects their overall faction. So these are lore spots. So this is awesome. I played. Yeah. So I played enough of this. I haven't actually gone out of my way to scan and view all of these faction spots. All I've done is scan. So because every time you scan one of these lore spots, you get 100 scrap, 25 res, and 30. I'm still not sure what this is. I'm not sure if it's research points or maybe it's experience points. It could be. I don't know. But anyway, so. Yeah, every time you do that, you get those things, but you can also view it, so you get a little bit of information on the universe as it was, as it is, as what it will be, yeah, but I haven't done that on my own. I wanted to do that with you guys so we all kind of learn this together. So let's do a scan and view. Perfect. So this one's what is res?
Or resin is slang for element 126, which was discovered during the colonization of the Alpha Centauri system. The substance is very unstable in its natural state. It phases in and out of the space-time continuum, making it difficult to detect. Its discovery accounted for the missing gravitational forces we previously dismissed as dark matter. Res tends to drift through solid matter, randomly coming into phase and adhering to corporeal particles. It's only during this state modern technology can observe its effects.
Yeah, so I mean, we learned a little bit about the res during the intro too as well. So res is kind of it's basically a universal fuel, and we can use it to make things. We can use it, well, I think make food, stuff like that, like whatever. It's kind of this universal energy source anyway, and it sort of fuels the wars in a lot of ways because people are always looking for that res and trying to capture zones. So we got some wreckage here. Let's gather that. We want to get as much stuff as we can, especially, goons. Hey, extra goons, 50 goons. If we get too many goons, we'll just go sell them. We can sell them to actually, it's probably better that we sell them to other captains. Trying to sell them to other factions right now, the markup with factions is going to be too high because we don't have a good relationship with them. So this one's about Admiral Jameson. Oh, let's learn about Admiral Jameson.
For over 30 years, Jameson has served as a high-level commander of the UTA. He fought in over 200 engagements during the Lockdown Wars, 3 of which were successful. Jameson earned a great deal of recognition after tracking the renegade Don Gibson during the breach incident. Jameson single-handedly thwarted the infectious outbreak following the breach, later earning him a Galactic Medal of Amazing. He is a prime example of a perfect human being. Alert, 5% chance of file tampering detected.
So the dialogue in this game is so good. If you watched my first impressions, you got an idea of what the dialogue like. It's great. The dialogue is great. I would love to sit and read all of the dialogue for all of the tips and stuff, but we just don't have time. I want to get into the game. So 5% chance of file tampering detected. Galactic Medal of Amazing. I want that medal. I love it. That's great. All right, so let's return. So we've got 2 unlocked here. That is great. So I wonder what happens. Maybe if we get all of those unlocked, maybe we get unlock an achievement or something. I don't know. So some scrap here, and then we'll move on. So yeah, we're going to take our time. Well, not really take our time, but we're spending time in each and every zone to gather everything we can. Now, these are star bases. Eventually, we can actually buy or build star bases on these zones, because these are star base locations. Right now there's nothing there, but we can build them. You can actually see we can build different types of star bases. So there's science, civilian, militia, miners, and hunters. All of those give you different abilities, as well as you can also notice on the side here, it tells you each star base location will give you a bonus to a certain field of study. So this one would be for engines, I believe, and power. This one would be for right wings and hull. So yeah, it would give you bonuses to those 2 attributes, whatever you're making there. Oh, pirates. Do you think we could handle a pirate on our own? I doubt it. We're not going to take that chance. We could. The pirate is actually trying to get Ooh, there's 2 pirates there. Yes, yeah. Let's not do that. We are traveling. Oh, also a little bit more on the interface stuff. So this is where we can assemble our ship. This is where our inventory is. Yes. This is where our inventory is, and this is where we can get a large chunk of information about what we have on our ship, as well as all the different attributes of our ship in total. So this is all of our parts combined make up this. So we have our mass, and mass included in mass is whatever parts you're carrying around, even the stuff that's not attached to your ship, so there is encumbrance in this game, and it'll make it so that you use more res when you fly. So you don't want to be carrying around too many parts that you actually don't have attached to your ship. This is your hull value. So this is what is under your armor, but I believe your total hull health, I believe. This is I still haven't quite figured this all. There is all out. So there is, I don't know what the hammer is exactly. I think that's, I don't know. I want to answer this. This is your shields, 18 shields. This is your recoil rate. So how quickly your guns fire. I believe that one might actually be on here. Turn speed. Sorry, that's, I knew that. It was my turn speed. That's right. This one is that is our thrust power. So that's how quickly we move, I believe. This one is our power. 58 is our power. Yep. Reactor. And 84 is our battery, I believe, or our capacitor. So yeah, our battery capacitor. So that's how much boost that we can put into our shields and stuff like that. So, and then of course we have all of the reds and stuff over here, all of our so this is also your trade screen too as well. So when you're trading with somebody, you can actually trade this material. And then all of the individual parts on your ship, you can actually compare parts. If you right click on a part, it shows you this little balance, or this little, yeah, I think it's called a scale anyway. And then you can compare that to other parts in your ship. So you can actually see, compared to this meat hook, our nose cone, that it gives us minus 16 health. So the meat hook actually is minus 16 health, minus 14 power, and minus 22 capacitor compared to the skelly. So interesting. And this is really handy when you're actually doing trading. Anyway, so there we go. And then of course we have our speed. We're traveling at speed 2 because if we travel at speed, we can travel at speed 1, which means we actually don't use any res as we travel. However, of course, we only have 27 minutes of game time. So if we travel that slowly, we're not going to get enough stuff done. I'm going to travel at a healthy speed 2, which is 0.22 res per second. So I think that's healthy, or we could travel at speed 3, but I think speed 2 is probably really good. Speed 3 would burn through that res. And then we've got our factions. There are four major factions, I believe. Void Militia, Sun Hunters, Miners Conglomerate, and Sovereignty of Science. I'm kind of hoping war? We're at war with Miners? Hold on. Or at Sovereignty of Science? We're at war with them? We're at war. How? They don't like us at all. Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping. So this is totally random. I think it's random who is part of each faction every game that you play. So in this particular playthrough, there's enough people in that faction that don't like me right from the beginning. So we got the Drifter minus 20, Mr. Aspro minus 4. So we're already starting at war with the Sovereignty of Science. That's not good. So who actually is I want to join a faction for a while, because that'll give us some bonuses to certain things. So maybe let's see, Civilian Ascendancy. They look like they're They're not even on that. I don't know what. They're so. Are they? Hold on. Hold on. I'm confused. Oh, they're at war. Hold on. No. Hold on. So sovereignty and science is at war with civilian ascendancy, but it looks like there's a lot of people that don't like me in here too. Sorry, I'm still trying to learn how to read these. So then we've got the void militia. These guys usually have lots of people that hate me too as well. Yeah, there's 2 people that really hate me in there. I don't know why. And then we've got the Sun Hunters, who has a lot of people that hate me. Seems like every game I play, the Sun Hunters always hate me. And then we've got the Miners Conglomerate, which is not so bad. We could probably befriend these guys pretty easily, which I might do. Sovereignty of Science, I would still. I like the idea of being part of the Sovereignty of Science. Look at that mothership. That looks crazy. So is that the leader? I think that's the leader. But anyway, yeah, Dr. Toxico. We need to find all these places. I'm following these bandits. So these bandits come from these bandit hives, and if you destroy a bandit hive, so as it sort of builds up in power, you'll notice it sort of builds up in these little bars. It builds up, and then it gets tougher, right? Then it goes up to level 3, I think. I don't know. But anyway, so so eventually somebody's gonna come and knock that down, and all those bars, it'll go back down to 0. So I'm kind of hoping somebody attacks the bandits, and then I will jump in and help them. In the meantime, we will get this wreckage. So there's 16 res and 94 people. Sure. So somebody's attacked the bandits, which is great. We'll grab those people. It's another 64 people. Perfect. Take everything I can get. That's fine. Let's go. Oh, now it's 2-on-1. What kind of level was the guy? Oh, I can't even tell. What level? You know what? We're just going to leave it there. I think they already killed the other guy. Yeah, I don't want to fight the bandits 1-on-1, but we can jump in on battles, right? Which is probably the best thing to do. Actually, is this guy... Let's trade with this guy.
Well,
he's got a markup of... Yeah. So we're better off trading with other captains right now. And there's... What is he, brushing his teeth in the middle of the day while he's driving a ship? That's amazing. Anyway, so as we trade with him, of course, I think that does affect his... he'll be happy to trade with me. Notice he has a markup level of 100%. That means basic standard markup is 100%. But most factions, when we start to trade with them at the beginning, because they don't like me very much, it's going to be over 100%. So we're actually better off trading with other pilots, but he doesn't actually have any scrap or anything else that we can trade with him for right now. So whatever, let's go see if we can find somebody else that's got some goodies.
Map updated.
Here, let's see this guy. He's level 18. He should have some stuff. Hello. Salutations. We could fight him, but I'm not doing that. We could. Is he part of a? I don't think he's part of. No, I think he's just neutral. So let's trade. He has a little bit of scrap, so we can get rid of some of all these goons that are just eating our res like crazy. So let's get rid of, so down here it's telling us, so for every goon at 100% markup, it's about three scrap for 1 goon approximately. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe it's closer to 4 scrap. So I guess at 100% markup. So we get 628 scrap for 209 goons. So let's do that. Let's trade. He's out of scrap, so he's useless to us. He's got a junk part. I don't care about his junk part. Yeah. Do we want that junk part? Would he charge for it? No. I guess no. He wouldn't trade for it. So good. All right. So let's grab this res that's underneath. Perfect. Yes. Harvest. Yeah, I think you can only harvest if it's actually at max. But how often do these things hit max? Maybe when you actually start to own them, when you're part of a faction or something, they might actually hit max. But then I would think pirates would come and try and steal that all the time. Oh, did we miss anything? No, I don't think so. So let's go get this lore. We're kind of skirting the galaxy right now, kind of discovering it. Moonburger. I think we found this one during our introduction video. So I don't know. Let's check it out.
The Moonburger franchise was founded in the year 2899. Originally, Moonburger used actual cow mass. Moonburger switched away from using disgusting animal tissue to nano-printed particle meal shortly after the Great Bovine Culling. Using a special blend of radiation and spices, an authentic tasting meat brick is used in all Moonburger products today. Recent claims that Moonburger has been using more than a 50% allowable safety limit of pyroclastic materials in their food has been disproved.
I love it. The writers are so great. So Great Bovine Culling. These are great lines. Radiation and spices. A special blend of radiation and spices. Sounds delicious. Awesome. All right. And like I said, we keep getting goodies for doing that too as well. And how are we doing for goons? We're okay. As soon as we get too many goons. Okay, so we found these guys are the, I just need to remind myself, these guys are the civilian ascendancy. Yes, so they actually, let's see, there's a couple guys that do not like us. So we've got Wano Jan. We could follow Wano Jan around and then help him out whenever he's, you know, doing something, and then he'll actually start to like us. Same with Zila or Mr. Switchboard or anybody else in here actually. And Captain Dictator. Great name, by the way. Captain Dictator must be a self-appointed dictator. He actually already likes us, but you know, we could help them out if we want to be part of them. I don't know. Let's check out their starbase. So, I will do the starbase first. So, like, if you look at the starbase, it specializes in thrust and right wings. It has a threat level of 23, and it is connected to at least 2 other faction star bases in other sectors, so that's good to know. And let's see, if we hover over top, markup is 150%. So buying things from these guys right now because they don't like me very much, because they don't like me very much, is maybe not a good idea. But let's trade. Let's see what they have to offer. They actually don't have anything to offer right now. I think we actually have to move up in a level because we can't actually buy any parts. Any real parts until we actually move up in our first level, and we're getting there. I know we're starting off slow here because I'm still trying to reiterate all of the rules of this game. We're already down to 25 minutes before zombies appear. Wow, let's go get this lore. Scan and view. This is why we're traveling at speed 2, because wow. All right, let's see here.
Once Earth's neon green oceans burned brighter than the visible sun, humanity collectively decided it was time to find a new home. Pushing the very limits of science, mankind molested the fabric of space-time to create artificial wormholes. These wormholes allow the transportation of matter across huge distances, though required a reliable exit connection. An automated starship was sent to the nearest neighboring star Alpha Centauri to construct one such connection. Following the 250-year journey, the first warp gate was established, and humanity quickly fled the rotting Earth to the new off-world colony.
Perfect. We must be getting close to a new level here, actually. Oh yeah, we're very, very close. So let's finish off the episode with a battle. Let's try and let's help the green guys out. Let's help the civilian ascendancy. Let's see. Look at that guy Cruz. He's running max speed to catch up to him. Oh, good. There's some big battles going on here. So let's help out this green guy. Oh, he's already done. The battle's already over. All right, let's see if there is a pirate base right in here. So we'll just kind of wait around and see if we can help the green guys, maybe follow them around. So you can see they've got civilian freighters traveling back and forth. See this? I don't know if you can see it. It's a little like green hexagon with a couple blocks attached to it. That is a green freighter traveling from one star base to another, and sometimes they get attacked and you can help save them. And oh, here we go. Oh, level up. Yay!
Behold, my happy place. It is here my power grows. Using the
So perks
that has not yet been allocated.
I love
Consider
his face.
Not allocating it.
Sorry, it's like yay, half man, half machine, but he looks very artificially happy. It's amazing. So every level, of course, you get to choose between 3 different perks because that's what we chose. And on occasion, you get. Oh, there's my timer going off because we're out of time. On occasion, you get perks just automatically handed to you, like this one, part size increase. This is given to us for our first level. Small parts. Connect quality parts to your mothership. No need to use any more junk parts. So this means we can actually buy normal parts from star bases, although parts are still level dependent. Some parts will require that we be level 10 or whatever to use, but we can actually access most of them now. So let's, best bang for the buck here, 25% health. That's actually really good. I think there's a little bit of RNG here, like because sometimes you see 10%, sometimes you see 25%. I think you're better off going with the biggest number, because plus 25% health, that's really good. So that's to our hull. So they have to get through our shields and our armor before they get to our health. So let's see if we can help out this level 50. This is Dalzia the Third. He's fighting. Oh, wow. The guy that he's fighting is level 30. Hold on, or is he level 30? He's hostile. Right, we're going to help him out. We're going to try and improve that relationship. Oh, too late. Never mind. Whoops, fight's over. Never mind, sorry, nothing to see here. We just want to do one more fight. Come on. Or one fight before we haven't done any fighting. Hold on, I want to help this guy. There we go. We're going to help the transport, so we're going to... Oh, no, I don't want to fight the transport. I want to help the transport. I guess... Hold on. How do we help the transport here?
Welcome to my quiet place.
Join the fight. Here we go. So we're gonna help this guy. Whatever. He's level 2. He's not part of a faction, but we're gonna help him anyway. I need to end this episode in a fight because we haven't had any fights yet. Okay, here we go. Yeah, our ship is pretty, you know, rough. Yes, fail gates. So if we need to escape, we can always travel to this little swirly thing, which is a fail gate. And sometimes there's little power-ups in here too as well. Holding down the space bar will activate your shield boost. You can notice that our shields turn green there, and it gives us a little boost. It just helps us, you know, when they start to hit us with missiles at these ranges and stuff. I don't use my shield boost probably when I should sometimes, but you know, that's okay. I'm getting better. So it looks like because we're helping out, so the guys, the blue guys are friendly. The other guys are the bad guys. We could be launching our missiles now, probably. We could put on 5 and launch just our missiles, but we're getting close enough now to use all of our weapons. If we activate keyboard number, oh, there we go, nice. I don't want to hit him. You can actually get caught up in blast radiuses, and this ship is pretty fragile right now, so I don't want to do that. There we go, perfect. Oh, so we had some strike craft that he was traveling with, so we're gonna launch some missiles here. Perfect. Stay on target, launch missiles. Missiles away. There we go. So we gotta get pretty close. You can see our crosshair start. Oh, I think I hit the friendly by accident. Whoopsie. No, don't hit the friendly. I think I hit him again by accident. Whoops. Did I kill him? Oh no, that's not good. Uh-oh, shields. So we can destroy this thing and maybe get some shields out of it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. We got some shields. Did we? I think we just killed the friendly. We totally did. This little guy, he's still firing. Look at him. Okay, kill him. Actually, we can. If we go to, if you hit 1 on the keyboard, it puts it into auto fire. For some of these small targets, it's a little bit easier to manage. There we go. Done. Wow. Okay, I think we just killed the friendly too. But look at this. I think we got some parts. Now you can actually arm your parts. You can actually build your ship while in the middle of battle too. So you can do kind of a field refitting, I guess. So we could get up close. We could hit C on the keyboard, get close enough, and we can. It's just like the assemblers. So this is just like working with the assemblers. So we can go. So what do we got here? We've got. It's a nose. It's a missile nose, so it's one that does lots of damage to hull, so we could actually replace that with the nose that we have and go kind of the missile direction. Oh, cool. Cool, it might be damaged though, so we might have to do some repairs. And what else we got here? We got a doorstop right. This is a basic direct fire emitter, so it's a laser, but it does 1 point of damage per second, whereas our current wing guns do 0.3 damage per second. So that's substantial, and it's range 250. Okay, so now we have missiles in the front, missiles in the back, both of which that do, are 900 range that do lots of damage to hull. So we need to keep that into consideration when we're actually in battle. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that you can actually rebuild your ship right in the middle of battle. We're probably gonna have to repair. Well, look at all the stuff that we got from this because we killed the friendly too. I wonder if he's like gone from the game now. Will that affect our faction relationship? I'm sure. So we got some habitat decks, which are core pieces, which we'll talk about probably in the next episode. We got some more missiles. We got a wing. Looks like a left wing, some right wings, so, some missiles, a mandolin right, which is these are awesome parts. Wow, jackpot! Because we killed the friendly too. So yeah, friendly fire is a thing. You can shoot your friendlies. So we actually got a bonus to the faction, but we still killed the guy. We still killed the friendly. Uh-oh. All right, we'll scavenge this, and this was a great first episode. So, oh, collect. Oh, we're getting tons of stuff here. Wow. Whoa, we found a strike craft in the loot. Wow. So we're gonna collect that. Wow, crazy. We're gonna do one more scavenge here.
Cargo acquired.
Wow, Omni Cannon. It's also 1.0 damage per second. It looks like it gives us some extra turn radius maybe, and it is a projectile weapon capable of, so it's like the machine guns, and it does good damage to armor. We still don't have anything that does good damage to shields. Guys, we're gonna call that an episode. That was a great first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This is gonna be a blast. We need to go refit some of this stuff and rebuild our ship, but we'll see you in the next episode. All right, take care.